guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Handy Onyasha, and today we're going to be talking about something I have been really wanting to talk about for a very long time. We're going to be talking about comparison. St. Peter's second letter, that's 2 Peter 2, 2 Peter 3, verses 8 to 9. It says, "Do not forget, beloved, that with the Lord, one day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like one day. The Lord does not delay in fulfilling his promise, though some of you may speak of delay. Rather, he gives you time because he does not want anyone to perish, but that all may come to conversion." So guys, the first thing, your life is going in a unique direction. Your life is going in a certain direction, which is unique only to you. All the things that God has set out for you are going to happen for you if you walk with him at the right time. When we talk about comparison, normally it's looking at other people and seeing where they are in life, and then looking at yourself and then wondering where you are in life as well. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is a thief of joy, because whenever you compare yourself to anyone else, there's a very slight chance that you will actually come out and say, hey, I'm better than that person. Most of the times we find ourselves comparing ourselves to people who are better than us, or who may seem to be better than us. And that's the thing. We need to remember that each and every person has their own life to live. And even if we look at the world, we have different time zones for a particular reason. It's 10 p.m. somewhere in the world right now. It's 2 p.m. somewhere else in the world right now. It's 5 p.m. somewhere else in the world right now. And all these time differences do not mean that one country is going to make less progress than the other, because at the end of the day, we're still going to get the same amount of, time in a day. And it comes down to our lives as well. If you take a look at your own phone and you take a look at the world clock, you will find that different countries are in different time zones and therefore share different times. And so just because your friend is experiencing daytime before you are, it does not mean in any way that your own daytime will not come. Just because in a different in your other friend's life that there is summer and your life right now there's winter, does not mean that your summer will never come, or that your spring will never come. It's just not the way things are. So the first thing to remember is that your life is completely different and completely unique to you. Your life journey is completely unique to you alone and nobody else. So don't compare yourself, because your life, you're going in a completely different direction. You are all hopefully trying to get to heaven, but the routes that you will take to get there are very different. They're very different. And so you need to just accept the fact that you might not do things at the same time. God might not allow things to happen for you guys at the very same time, and so you need to accept that and move on. And the other thing is that when we compare ourselves to people, we compare ourselves to what we can see and not to what could actually be the case. When we compare ourselves to people we do not know, we are just comparing what they put for us to see with our own realities. So if you see me on Instagram flexing and doing whatever I'm doing, you do not know half the battles that I have to fight as an individual. You do not know the crosses that I have to bear as an individual. You do not know the struggles that I have to go through personally as an individual. You do not know the family troubles that I have to go through. And then you sit there and you compare yourself to your own reality. It's not okay. I'm saying this because I know when I think I was about 18, we had a family friend, and this family friend, I won't actually explain because she'll find out. But anyway, I was just really envious of how she was doing her thing and how life was going well for her. It seemed to be the case, and I really put myself on the line to experience what she was experiencing. And I could have saved myself a lot of heartbreak if I had just, remembered that it's not okay for me to compare her Instagram life to my reality, because with family friends, we would eventually go to their place, and then I'd realize, hey, I'm actually not meant to be in a position to be comparing myself to this person. So the second thing is that, do not compare yourself to something that might not exist. Because don't compare yourself to people, because you might compare yourself to something that does not actually exist. At times it does actually exist, but either way, it does not mean you are meant to be comparing yourself to anyone else. With God, there's no delay. Delay only comes when you think with your own mind. But when you think with the mind of God, there is no delay, because God does not delay. God is not a God of delays. God is always on time. He makes things happen not just at a certain time, but God makes things happen at a favorable time. It should be Isaiah 45. Isaiah 49 says, verse 8 says, this is what Yahweh says: at a favorable time I have answered you. And so not only does God answer us at the right time, but at the most favorable time. And I was praying over this the other day, because I was just thinking to myself, God, why are you taking so long with the particular prayer point that I've been praying for so long? I'm like, God, what is going on? And so God just said to me, girl, like, you might think this is the perfect time, but it's actually not the perfect time, because you're not the only person to consider. It's favorable for you, but not necessarily favorable to the other people who are all involved in this prayer point that you're making. And so at a favorable time for every party involved, for every person involved, then God will make it happen. So I just need you to remember that God does not delay. 3 things. God does not delay. Do not compare yourself to people's highlight reels. Do not. And the third thing is comparison is the thief of joy. Don't do it. Just because something is taking long to happen does not mean it will not happen for you. So, oh my gosh, yeah, guys, have a lovely week.